of course, if you are hitting the road this afternoon or this evening, there's a lot to look out for.
Yeah, we do have the possibility for some showers and storms to continue this evening, and some of those could even turn severe as well. You can see the wind is just starting to gust up a little bit more here in the backyard right now. And by the way, on this Memorial Day, we want to take a moment and make sure we recognize those who made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our freedom. Now, in terms of the showers and storms that are out there right now, let's take a look on our live camera here in Pottsville. And what I'm looking at on this camera isn't the dark clouds. That's not at all what I'm looking at on this camera. What I really want to emphasize is those little bits of blue sky toward the top of your screen there, because as the skies begin to clear out behind that line of showers and thunderstorms that moved through earlier, that clearing and those little bits of blue sky there are going to enable the sun to heat the ground, and that gives the fuel for these thunderstorms to form and eventually develop severe characteristics as the evening goes on. And that's what we're concerned about out there. You can see the line of heavier showers, downpours, even a few thunderstorms embedded in here. This has since moved off to our north and east. So unless you're traveling northeast later on this evening, this is no longer a concern of ours. It's all of these showers and storms that are back behind it. And you can see on the satellite where things are beginning to clear out as well. And that's what we'll be watching closely. Now, embedded in that line were some isolated downpours, and that could already be leading to some isolated ponding in some areas with poor drainage. Here's a radar estimate of what's fallen over the past 24 hours. And accumulation of 2 inches or more in some spots. 2.3 inches was right there south of Stroudsburg. So rainfall has ranged anywhere from 1/4 of an inch or less in some areas, all the way up to where you see these greens, that's 2 inches or more of rainfall associated with that line that we had moved through earlier. Now, if you take a live look at the radar, you can see some isolated downpours moving through. One about to move just into the Bloomsburg-Williamsport area. We have another one that's just moving north of Scranton, and another one moving into Stroudsburg at this hour as well. And so these showers will continue to kind of track northeastward here, and we'll check these to see if they develop any lightning, if they become thunderstorms, and then at that point we would continue monitoring them to see if they got any hail or high winds associated with them. A severe thunderstorm watch remains in effect until 9 p.m. this evening. The largest threats that they're concerned about here are the possibility for some quarter-size hail, wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour or more, and as I mentioned earlier, some of the flooding and ponding along areas of poor drainage and in your rivers, creeks, and streams as well. I want to point out the Storm Prediction Center has us that yellow is a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe thunderstorms through this evening as well. Once that severe thunderstorm watch expires at 9 p.m., storms will begin to fizzle out, and the severe risk drops very quickly after sunset, because after all, the sun is the source of all the energy for these thunderstorms. So once the sun goes down, they're losing their energy source. We still could have a couple of isolated showers through the late evening hours and into early tomorrow morning, but I think by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, it should be relatively dry through midday. And then we run into the risk of some isolated storms possible tomorrow in the afternoon and evening hours as well. Much less widespread than today, and I think the severe risk is much lower than today as well. Let's track through the rest of this evening here on Future Clouds and Radar. You can see this line of storms will continue to push to the north and to the east by 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. That's when I think we'll see the best chance for some thunderstorms that could be strong to severe entering the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area. As we head toward the end of that period, those will continue to make their way eastward. And again, around that 9-10 o'clock hour, that's when our severe risk diminishes rapidly, and you'll see maybe some scattered showers working their way through from west to east through some of our counties as well. Through tomorrow morning, I think we remain mostly dry, and these green dots you see here, I think that's the model overdoing some of the rainfall just a little bit. So tomorrow, if you're taking the dog out for the walk, by the way, this is Lucy, courtesy of JT. Thank you so much for sending in Lucy, enjoying her Memorial Day picnic. Temperatures tomorrow only up into the lower 70s, and I think it's only in that late afternoon, early evening hours where we could see the chance for an isolated thunderstorm, and I think they'll be much less widespread than they were today. So here's your 7-day forecast. Again, isolated chance for some thunderstorms tomorrow, then another chance for some afternoon and evening thunderstorms on Wednesday. That's the last chance we have for storms through the end of this week. This weekend, next weekend, looking relatively nice. Temperatures climbing into the middle 70s and a mix of clouds and sun as well. So we're remaining dry for next weekend. That's the good news.
That is very good news.
Very, very good, Tyler. Thank you. Have you